Hello, Texas, and welcome to the Hello, Texas podcast with Tim Murphy and Steve Peters. This week, Steve and Tim talk to artist Holly Beth and her band. They discuss her evolution into an artist, life on the road post-COVID, and their upcoming projects as a band. We hope you enjoy the conversation.
You know Quaid Addison?
Yes. Oh, man.
You done his podcast yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We love him.
We were in love it. Quaid is such a character, but yes, I love that dude. Like, he wild.
Yeah.
I know. I live vicariously through him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear from him for months.
And then you'll see him.
Yeah, and then he just kind of shows up, and I'm hoping everything 180 degrees opposite of how my life has been going is how his has been going, and that's what I kind of hope for.
You know we're rolling?
Oh, are we?
We're just practicing? We got the, is the audio on?
Oh.
Huh?
So are we ready?
Cool.
Hello, Texas.
Hello.
I wasn't really ready for that.
You gonna do it again?
Nope, we're here now.
We're shaking the dust off. It's
Hey.
been a minute. It's been how long since you and I sat in front of these? August?
Huh?
We said August was the last time we did this?
I was getting the dust off it.
Oh, that
There.
was a good one. I'm sorry. You got me on that one.
Sorry. August,
It's a new
yeah.
song.
Who was it? August.
Lily.
It's been
Lily
so
and the Implements.
long.
You know Lily and the Implements?
I do not know.
They're local.
Okay.
They're
cool.
good.
So we,
John Napier? You might know John Napier?
I don't know. I
he's
feel
like
really
an
bad. I don't.
Austin, one of the Austin aficionados.
We are here with Holly Beth.
Hello.
How are you, Miss Holly Beth?
Oh, I am good. How are y'all?
We're doing good. You played here last night.
I did.
At,
Yes.
Open for Giovanni.
Yeah.
How was that show?
It was amazing. I had so much fun. So, fun fact about this show, the last time Gio was here, which was a long time ago, or maybe, I don't know if it was the last time, but it was one of the times that he was here. I was supposed to be on the show. Some miscommunication happened.
Oh, I remember that.
And somebody else ended up opening, and I didn't get to play the show. And I was super bummed because I've always wanted to play at Backyard. And
We're at the backyard.
We're at the Backyard
Yes.
Bar Stage and Grill in Waco,
Staging.
Texas.
yes.
Beautiful downtown Waco.
And
Anyway,
it's,
whatever.
it's a gorgeous morning, too, by the way.
It is.
so.
It's amazing this morning. Yeah, but anyway, so I was scrolling through Facebook about maybe a month and a half ago, and I saw this show that Gio was playing, and we play with them often, and we're on the same booking agency, and I saw it, and I was like, I don't think there's an opener on this. I want to play it. And so I messaged my my booking agent right then, and I was like, hey, can I get on that show? And he was like, sure. So we're here. Anyways.
Look,
fun.
it was an amazing fit. I know what you sound like.
Yeah.
You know, because you're my jam. You know, I'm
you.
the. Are we still calling it Red Dirt?
I was going to ask you later about what it's called, but
There's a rock and roll side of
Yeah.
this whole thing.
For
You
sure.
got the Chris Colstons and the country guys.
Yeah.
And they all play on the same circuits.
Yeah, like
And
all
then
the
there's
bills, yeah.
Some of the rockers.
Yeah.
There's you.
Yeah.
There's Gio.
Cody West.
Kobe
Yeah.
Cooper,
Cody.
Cody
Yeah.
West. Yeah, we can just keep naming them.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I feel like maybe some influence, maybe, from some punk days,
Yeah.
with some like old Southern rock and roll
Mm-hmm.
with y'all's own kind of twist. And boy, Texas is going to get pissed at this, maybe with some Oklahoma influence.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because I think a lot of the stuff I jam to, it very much has almost an Oklahoma flavor that you
Yeah.
can kind of, I don't know, it's those long joints, right? Is that
Exactly.
what it
That's
is?
what it is.
Way too skinny, but you get something out of that, right? Maybe just the lack of oxygen deprivation. Anyway,
No, yeah, I fully agree with that. Like on the Oklahoma thing, I think a lot of stuff started back in the day with Cross Canadian Ragweed,
Yeah.
and then like Stoney and them all being in Stillwater at the same time. I think a lot of it kind of came out of there, and so yeah, I definitely pull influence from that. But then also just bigger artists too that are national or international artists too,
Yeah.
that travel. So yeah.
still pull that influence
Yeah.
from there.
So
Yeah, it's there.
what got you into this gig? What got you into music?
Man, I started singing and playing the piano when I was about 8 or 9. And that was kind of my whole life. I took piano for 10 years. I took voice lessons for a long time, but I sang around Opry's and county fairs, whatever I could do growing up.
More country stuff like that.
For sure. You know, and it was like totally different. Like it was like a backing track, and you know, you just like get on stage and it's like, hi, my name is Holly, like, you know, type stuff. And then I started playing guitar at 15, and that's when like I kind of started writing too, really badly, but I was doing it. And then fast forward to I graduated high school, and I went to school at OSU for a semester in Stillwater, and there I was just around so much music. I snuck into some of the bars for like open mic nights and stuff when I was like 18, and they definitely all knew though. I mean, I look like I'm 12 anyway, so it's fine. But
you're not 12?
No, I'm not, you know.
Oh, well, that just changed the whole course of the questions. This is going to get good.
But yeah, so I mean, after I was at OSU, I left and I went to school for music. UCO in Edmond has a music school in downtown Oklahoma City called Academy of Contemporary Music, and that is where I went and graduated from. And there I really like deep dove into everything and started my first band there. And now,
how old was you then?
19.
19.
So yeah.
What was your path before that? What did you go to Oklahoma State to do?
I was an agribusiness pre-law major.
Really?
Come again?
Agribusiness pre-law.
Well, I know all about that. My daughter's going to Sam Houston next semester, and she's pre-vet, but she doesn't really like the chemistry part of it. So
yeah, I
may not be
understand
pre-vet
that.
for long.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I don't now. This is like it's not that I don't like it, but I was really, really heavy into politics at that time. I don't really know why. I just
You were
18, 19. You're going to set the world on fire. I get that.
Yeah, and it was like election year that year. Like it was, you know. So, anyways, I don't know. But I was super heavy into it, and I wanted to go to OSU. All my friends were going to be there, and I don't know. That's just where I felt I needed to go, which I'm happy for it now. But it was a wasted, not fully wasted, but pretty wasted semester.
You experienced some things there. I mean,
Yeah.
you learned some stuff. And it's funny. I'm going to be rude because you're never supposed to ask a lady this. But I'm going to. How old are you?
I'm 24.
So
I don't find that rude. You're fine.
the fact that the fact that you're 24, for me, I'm an old guy. So I'm going to say you're only 24.
Yeah.
But you already, in what a lot of people would say is a short period of time, you've already acknowledged that this wasn't a path for you.
Yeah.
Changed it, okay with it, packed it up, set it to the side, and even have a level of maturity to be able to acknowledge that it was a waste of time in some accounts.
Yeah.
But you learned something from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I know some 40-year-old people that don't have that together.
In 5 years, and 2 of those years being COVID,
Yeah.
you've done pretty well for yourself,
Well, thank
building
you. Thank you.
everything. I just checked out Spotify this morning, 32,000 listeners a month.
Oh, it went up.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it today.
I mean, you've got multiple songs with 250,000 plus spins.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
thankful. Yeah.
that's good. Yeah,
Thank you.
especially for, like you said, coming through COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years for any band is short.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know some bands that went into COVID with all the momentum in the world that are just, working up at Papa John's now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No, I know several people
Yeah.
that just couldn't pull it off.
COVID was hard. Fortunately, I was still working a full-time job right before COVID hit. And actually,
What was you doing?
I was working at a furniture store. I was selling furniture, and I hated that job so much.
Was you
with
good
the
at it?
living- Yeah, I mean, I can talk to anybody. I was great at it, but I hated it so much. And I have this like weird mentality.
we
Even if I'm
both identify with that so much.
Oh my God! Keep going.
well, so I like have this weird thing too, and I've always been like this, but like even if I'm not playing on a Saturday or a Friday or whatever, I do not want to be working on a Saturday morning. And we had to be there. We had weekly meetings on Saturday mornings that we had to be there even earlier than we did in the week, and I was just like not about it whatsoever. But anyways,
that's somebody in a position of power wanting you to know that they're in power and you will respect my authority. That's all that is.
Yeah. Well, and it was like a chain, the furniture store. Like they have like 45 stores.
Yeah.
And so it's like
you're just a.
I'm just a very small fish in the very big pond.
Yeah. We got a saying here lately. Fuck them fish.
Amen.
I can't let that go.
No,
why not?
No,
I
just
funny.
mean that it's an inside joke.
Gotta
make
beep
me
it?
explain it. No, we don't have to beep it, but it's just a long story on how we get
if
there.
somebody has made it, if they're watching, you can repost a meme.
We'll post the meme over what you just said. Fuck them fish.
There we go.
You're doing what it looks like you love to do, and you found it really quickly, and you're damn good at it all of a sudden.
Thank you.
And,
Look,
and I have to say, I've met you twice.
Yeah.
I think you were at Coke Fest.
Yes.
Taylor Wayne and you in the merch booth, and
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were. You were just but I remember that.
Yeah.
And then here, 2019 at Heart Fest.
Yes.
I remember
hanging
standing next with you. I think I have my arm around you, singing to Clayton Landy and Six Market Boulevard, singing 14 Miles from Home.
Yes.
And I thought, well, it's just a cool lady.
Yeah.
And then a couple years ago, we did the Red Dirt Madness, where I was looking for female artists that needed to go in this bracket. I'm like, this Holly Beth, I think it was.
That's
where
where I was turned on to you from. I think.
And we put you up against Bree Bagwell, and your fans came out of the woodwork, and you crushed it. And I'm like,
smokes.
who is Holly Beth? I was
That
like,
was just the beginning of the ass whooping we were about to take.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to go into that. We
It
had to
was-
shut down the female bracket because some fan bases got mad about the competition part of it. But
Oh,
but
no.
but yeah, it's
Your
fine.
fans are amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. I have the best fans in the world. I mean, obviously, I'm
And
biased.
they all showed up for
Yeah.
you.
It was cool.
And they keep showing up.
Yeah, it's amazing. I am so blown away by it. But yeah, I do remember that. I very vividly remember that because I just like reposted it, which I will say I don't know if Bree reposted it. But I did. And I was
it
like,
had nothing to do
hey.
with you against anybody. It's
Yeah.
about whose fans showed up to click on something.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was.
And-
It was a total fan thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think people miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you shared it.
Yeah, and I do remember that because I was like, this is wild. Like, you guys are awesome.
And then
But-
that's where we got to know Quade Addison
Oh, yeah.
really well, because he's a big fan of yours as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I love that dude.
Him and it was him and somebody else right around that same time. I remember, putting your name in our ear, kind of thing, and we started listening. We started kind of putting the name and everybody, and started spreading it. So I'm gonna take some credit for spreading the love. Of Holly Beth.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
right.
you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool. Look, but I get why. We rolled up a little bit late last night, and you was probably in the last 30 minutes of your set. Holy crap! I've seen people come out on stage and they're hot, they're on fire for the first 30 minutes, and they're busted. You had, from the time we walked in to the time you ended, had just as much energy, and it just came easy to her. Does that make sense?
yeah.
But she's. Oh,
He was sending me photos during the show last night, and I'm like,
I
hell
mean,
yeah!
You're like, you're
Yeah.
headbanging.
No, my neck hurts this morning.
Listen, but you killed it, and your guys, everybody, and nobody's like trying to overcome anybody else. Listen, I'm gonna tell you now, if you have ego in the band, I can see that shit
On
from the
stage,
crowd, and there's
Amen.
none. I didn't. If there is, y'all
That's
got
good.
that
Thank
shit
you.
under wraps.
Oh, thank you.
But y'all were having fun, and just the crowd was into it, and there's only been really a few times where the crowd's into the opener as much as they are the main event. So
Well,
I
you
think
had-
last night people got like a double header.
You were telling a story earlier. A guy had his phone up and said, "I love you" on the phone while you were on stage. I mean, got like stalkers.
Then it
in
was
the crowd.
green shirt guy. You changed his life. I haven't told you the rest of this. Okay, so listen.
This is a dangerous story right
Oh,
here.
it is. But it is. I hope he watches it because I need him to know that neither of us, I don't know how it turned out, we both had his best intentions in mind. But damn, you had to be here. Listen, if Melissa's back here, you know, she's making sure we're doing all the stuff and everything looks right and everything. She's telling us we got to take a break. So I don't know which camera.
Let's take a break. We're going to talk about the band and just getting on the road and all that.
Come back and I'll tell you all about Green Shirt Guy real quick and how Holly Beth changed someone's life.
We'll be back.
To the end, I'm on my way. And I'm on my way.
You have really good photos on your social media. That's one of the secrets that nobody really gets is your Spotify photo and all of your social media stuff is really professionally done and
Hey, we're back.
Hello,
And
Texas.
Real quick, you know, we were just talking about at the break. I asked you who the photographer is. Yeah, Carly.
Yes.
She got
Carly
Instagram.
Russell.
You want to give her a shout out? or
Brassel.
anything?
Yeah, what was that? Sorry.
She got a Instagram or anything?
Yeah, I think it's just Carly Mo. Let's see, something like that. I will tell you. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, it's Carly Mo, just MO _.
Carly Mo. Yeah, because we was talking about. I don't know if she's responsible for all of it, but your social media content and just all your photo stuff looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Carly does a lot of photos for us. I was telling them she was on the road with us for like 6 to 7 months, full time. She also like ran our merch for a while, but then she came off the road for a little bit, but she's one of my best friends, so like she still like comes out, you know, and hangs out. Like last night she was in Temple and she was like, "Hey, I'm coming to the show," and I was like, "Yay!" Like it wasn't planned at all. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, she does
She's
a
easy
lot
to
of
work
ours.
around.
Yeah, and she does a lot of them, but then like Dalton Robeson, he is a photographer from Oklahoma. So he played with me for like 5 years. He was in he's one of my lead guitar players, and
He does a lot of Reed Southall stuff, I think.
Yeah, he honestly he kind of does a lot of people,
Yeah.
but he's one of my brothers. He was actually like one of my first guitar players.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, he does like a lot of my still shots. He'll do those. I work with a lot of different people, but I take pride in good photos. Like that, we love that. Like
I agree.
love good photographers. So
And we notice that kind of stuff because
yeah.
Yeah.
Of
because it's
course.
not ours that on there.
I'm super picky about stuff, and I look at all these things that probably don't really even matter, and then I look at what other people do, and then I watch how they are whenever you work around them and stuff, and that kind of stuff really does matter.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to get bogged down in that.
We talked a little too long about that because we got two extra people on camera now that are just sitting here like they just walked in.
Yeah, so we brought some new people in. Introduce us.
Hey, so this is Colby, my drummer, Colby Bunch, and then this is Ian Smith, my bass player. They're gonna hang out with us for a little bit.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
So where are y'all from?
I live in Oklahoma City right now.
Oklahoma City?
Stillwater.
Stillwater.
Right on.
Yeah.
But we were just talking Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma girl.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
band's from Oklahoma.
Well, all of us are from
Literally.
Oklahoma. We got 2 more guys that are probably still asleep at the moment. And one of them is from Ada, and the other he lives in Edmond area, Austin Troglin, and then Clint Austin Humphers. I don't know, whatever you want to call him.
So
Austin.
your most recent recording.
Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah.
It kind of scares me a little bit.
Did y'all play on that?
He did.
You
yeah.
played on that?
Yeah. Yeah, we. I love that song.
Tell
It's my
us
baby.
about it. I've been kind of wanting to ask this, and I just, damn it,
Like
let's
it's
just
about
get it
me?
out there. Yeah, tell me about Psycho.
Yeah, so I wrote Psycho probably about 1.5 years ago. I was just going through it. I was going through all the stuff, and that song's fully about me. I mean, it's a joke within us, but it's fully
I
about
really
me.
think it needs to be played at every high school in America because my daughter identifies with it and everybody like I'm a psycho.
feel
Yeah,
like-
I get you.
I feel like more than just, I think it reaches a broader,
It does,
a
but
much
I
broader.
have an
Holy-
18-year-old daughter that's just coming out of her psycho phase. So,
Listen, I know some 40-plus-year-old women, divorced women that have come through some
touche.
because you are happily not 40-something-year-old.
So
you're
you've-
married now.
You've
remember?
been doing this for 3 or 4 years, or actually, since 19 on Spotify.
Yeah.
You were solo for a lot of that time. You just recently built the band.
Well, yeah, the guys that I have now, but I've had a band consistently since, it would have been like 2017 or 18. I played a lot around Oklahoma, like the 3-hour gigs that no one wants to play around Oklahoma for years. I did.
You're breaking my heart.
I did them for like 2 to 3 years solidly, like every weekend. And, just like slowly tried to do more opening stuff. Colby's been with me since the beginning of 2020. He played a couple shows right before COVID. Yeah. And, that we did kind of briefly touch on that a little bit. COVID, it sucked for everybody, obviously. The whole world shut down. But for me, we had the biggest shows that at that time that I would have ever played lined up for March.
Right.
Yeah.
In April, and like I was gonna be on Chili Fest. Like it was gonna be so fun. I had a brand new band that like we all had literally just like formed. It was different guys than I have now, but yeah, and then the whole world shut down. So
because those are big events, and I think a lot of people don't realize. I think most fans see it from the standpoint of a fan type event, and they are Chili Fest, LJT, Coke Fest. All these, they really are big opportunities to get in front of a lot of people. But even more than that, there's the people on the back side of the business that are there, and it's an amazing networking opportunity
Yes,
as
it
well.
is. Oh, yeah.
So you're missing more than just that opportunity to get in front of more people, because that is important. But that networking part is huge too.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
Oh, it's so big. And that's one thing that I take into consideration for us is like all these shows, like there's going to be at least somebody in the industry there, and like that's kind of our time to show them like, hey, we're here, like we're not leaving, and like I got something to prove here, like so
pay
it's
attention.
like and we go into every show exactly like that.
So how did y'all get in the band? How did y'all meet Holly and
I came around as kind of a thing of mutual acquaintance, I guess.
An old band member.
Yeah, old band member that brought me in from a previous band that we were in together, and then here I still am.
did you play with anybody else before? Or?
I played with a guy named Chance Anderson for about 10 years. Met him in Stillwater. That's kind of where I got into, I guess, the scene. Was going to school there at OSU, and then I just kind of hung around in it. And
Worked out
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And
You?
I'm like new as of November. I was a fill-in for a couple shows, and then just kind of fell in. I was playing with Charlie Hickman out of Cushing, Stillwater area. And before that, I played in a band for like 10 years with Evan Michaels. He
Wow.
kind of stepped back a little bit. I think COVID kind of shut that down.
Yeah.
yeah.
And at the beginning of November, I was like, I'm just doing November. And Holly's like, oh no, like you're gonna join. And
No, when I hit you up, I had no intention of you being just a fill-in.
That's what he said that, and I made a face. I was like, you were not just a fill-in. I was never gonna let you just be a fill-in. You were there.
3 weeks in, I was like, I'm gonna join the band. And so that.
Are you married?
Yay.
Am I married?
Yeah.
No.
Girlfriend? Or
I do have a
anything?
girlfriend. Yeah.
But any kind of reaction, you're all close enough for that to be kind of a.
We had a talk.
Really?
Yeah, we had a talk. And we continue to have those talks from time to time.
Yeah.
Just to like, hey, keep in mind, like
We love
we're
you,
real
Leah.
Busy.
We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's actually very open to it. She's like, you can only do this for so long.
Yeah.
Because the road's hard.
Oh, it is.
Every weekend.
I was going to ask, y'all are from Oklahoma, and you're in Central Texas. You're headed to Lampasas, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road.
Yep.
When this comes out, it was a great show, by the way.
Yeah.
But how is road life? I mean, it's got to be a change from COVID. Now you're back.
I would say obviously it's very rewarding. Like we're out here, we're doing what we love to do, but it's just like any other job that's out. I mean, there's definitely weekends, like it can be a weekend of cool shows, but we show up to get in the vehicle and it's like,
Here we go.
Nobody cares about you at Buc-ee's the next morning. So.
Right. It's like, do we really need to make this drive?
Yeah.
You're committed.
Does anybody ever recognize you just at a gas station or anything like that? Do you get that yet?
It's happened a couple of times.
Maybe like a handful of times. I wouldn't say like it's a thing where I'm like I can't go in.
It's okay. It's okay.
But like a couple times maybe. But
you can admit that shit.
I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna tell this one story. I was at Buc-ee's, and Buc-ee's used to have the Red Dirt CDs. They don't anymore. But and I used to go every time. And JB and the Moonshine Band had a new album out, the one that had the tape on the front. I can't remember the name of it. And I was looking at it, and I looked up, and standing right there was JB of JB and the Moonshine Band. And he's smiling at me, and I was like, "Is this you?" So that was.
That's cool.
So I always wonder if you're just like sitting out seeing if anybody touches your CD or anything. They don't have that anymore. But
listen, if you'd have seen the reaction last night from the crowd.
All right, let's go back to green shirt. We going back to green shirt guy now?
Green shirt
guy.
Carly, I'm
I
sorry.
need to preface.
Carly, I am so sorry.
I have never in my life gotten the reaction like I got out of the crowd last night. Specifically the males in the crowd. I don't know what was going on.
But they weren't being
My hair just
creepy.
looked really good, I guess. I don't know.
But it's just funny because I've seen them. I've seen creepy out here.
Yeah.
They weren't being creepy.
He's seen creepy.
They weren't being creepy.
Waco's capable of some creepy sometimes.
They were being
Waco.
straight up fans,
Yeah.
and they dug you.
Which I love. Like it was cool. I've never played in Waco, so I hope.
I love you.
Literally had a guy, notes on his phone, like made the words really big, like blew him up. I love you. Put it on
I'm
his
gonna
head.
do that at every show
Stand
now.
it.
So.
Yeah.
You can't do that to her.
No, I'm gonna do it to like.
Like
anybody.
all the artists.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. He started something.
He did.
He started a trend.
But, that is,
Coach Fest,
but it is cool
There we
though.
go.
Yeah. So see, yes, it'll be. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
We'll check in on that. Like it'll be good.
If I can get him to look in my lens, I'll put anything on that
Find
camera.
something. Anyway. These guys and gals, they were genuine. We talked about you have a fan base that's almost cultish.
I love that. I hope so.
I do too. But it is. I don't know how to explain it, but it is really, really cool, and you see why. Man, you gotta see her live wherever she's at. You got to go because there's an energy that you're not. Listen, I don't know what your expectation of her getting on the stage. But it probably ain't what you think it is, and you're with the crowd.
Yeah.
You're with them too. That's another thing. You're with them.
Yeah.
You come across as not shy, but humble and sweet, but I understand your live shows are
Not
that.
Not that. Did you have to learn that, or is that just natural, or?
That's naturally, I think, me to my, as a whole. I do have to say, going off the live show, I got to give massive credit to my band. Colby
I was going to ask that next.
Colby is my MD, music director, and I said this earlier, he's the biggest perfectionist I know, but it works so well for our set. So
because your songs are a good. You don't spend too much time down here, but you don't wear everybody out by keeping it up here.
Yeah.
It does. Good job. That's
another part of your career that I think is wonderfully done. Is I think your songs are well mixed. I think you probably do that on stage as well.
Yeah, we try to. We actually
good.
Last night was the first time we played the set that we did. It's all the same songs, but we changed everything up. We moved some songs that were into the front. We actually spent about 2 hours Wednesday redoing it, and that was the first time we didn't practice. We practiced some transitions in sound check, but anyways, these guys are a big part of why my live show the way it is. But I think for me, the way I've always described it is Beyonce always talks about she has that Sasha Fierce album, and if you listen to her in interviews, and she like talks about how like Sasha Fierce is her like alter ego. When she gets on stage, she becomes like a new being, and that is me. Like when I walk on stage, I have this like full-blown confidence that like I don't have any other time. Like you would think that I am not insecure at all, and I very much so as a human being. I'm human, you know, but like you wouldn't think so on stage. So
well, that good point is what I was going to bring up is I know you more on social media than we've only met a couple times and we didn't even know each other. But you do you separate your I want to say personal life, but you come across as somebody that's just nice and professional on social media, but on stage you're that Sasha Fierce. And I think you do a good job of being both at the same time, but separating them. And it's not an act. That's my number one question. It's not something you created. It's just what you are when you get in front.
Yeah.
And y'all are the pieces that keep that going, is what I gather.
Yeah, it just works. Golly,
Thank you.
It is good. It is fun to see, and I see now. I can see why people are drawn to you and for the act. So what have you got anything new coming?
Yeah.
I think I heard you say something last night about some really, really fresh stuff.
Yeah, we played a couple new songs last night. We have been writing and recording and working on a full-length album for a long time. Since like we started recording like September, but I've been writing for years, honestly. Like I feel like the last 2 years. And the game plan is I'm kind of waiting on some studio stuff, but we're getting back in very soon, like in the next month or so, and gonna really start hitting it heavy. You know, I'm doing music pretty much full time now, so it alleviates a lot of time where I can go to the studio for a week or two, you know, and get things knocked out. But yeah, hopefully a full-length album by, I want to say the end of this year, but it might be beginning of next year. But we're gonna release it in 3 different parts. We're gonna
Interesting.
yeah,
Chunk it up.
we've got some like little things rolling there, but like
So it's coming. There's more stuff coming.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
We've got a couple of songs done, but yeah, it's still very much the work in progress.
So the live band, y'all are also recording the album as well?
Colby is. They might come in for some of it. So I work with Taylor Kimball in Denton. He has a, I don't really know, I guess assistant is what you would call him. But Adam, I'm going to be very honest. I know his last name. I have him on social media, but I cannot pronounce it. It's like a bunch of letters scrambled together, and I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. It's like U-B-R, I don't even know. But anyways, Adam at the studio, and he's a freaky genius.
He is phenomenal.
He is built to be like a studio musician that just like he's so good at everything.
Well, let's take a quick break. Let's talk a little bit more about the album, and then I want to talk to you about the songs that you already have and songwriting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And she's given us the 17 minute thing. You didn't even. We're so involved that nobody even pays attention to her.
Well, I thought we were going to kind of run through. So we'll just do this next section, and I will give you my explanation of why you change lives like you do.
And we keep talking about we're going to tease Green Shirt guy.
We got
to tell the story eventually.
I think we're trying to avoid it, but he just keeps coming back.
To the end, I'm on my way. And I'm on my way.
Very seriously.
And y'all are
Like-
having a good time in that shit shows.
Oh, thank you.
No reservations.
We're back.
No reservations. Oh.
Hello,
What?
Texas.
Hey, y'all.
I'm Steve. This is Tim. This is Holly Beth. This is Ian and Colby.
That guy.
We're here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, Waco, Texas. You just had a show with Giovanni and the Hired Guns last night. Did you play with Gio?
No, Gio took it out of their set because it's like more of a slower song. I get asked literally every time we play with them, "Are you singing it?" And I tell everyone, "Ask Gio," but no, he never plays it anymore.
So you did a duet with him on, I can't remember the name of the album, but that was
I don't even know that I know the name.
without you. How did that come about? I mean,
Yeah. So This was right as I first started working. But when I first started working with him, Gio was working on that record, and he asked me to come in and do harmonies on it. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I went in, and he was like, I want to do a take of like a duet too. We'll just like see how it goes. Literally, it was like kind of like a one take done. Like the harmonies on it are kind of too low for me. My voice like is a little bit higher, and so it was like hard for me. And then the verse was like perfect, you know. So it was, yeah, it just kind of turned into a duet. It really wasn't intended to be, I don't think, but yeah, it was cool, and it really did. That song was a game changer for me.
I was going to say, what was the moment that you realized, okay, this could be full time? Was there a moment, or?
I don't know. I actually think that's kind of more came recently than anything, which is kind of crazy to like think about. But I really do think COVID really slowed the momentum that I had down a lot. You know, I put out songs in 2019. Things were going, and then shutdown happened, whatever. And I still tried to like put music out and everything, but we weren't on the road, and that's being on the road.
That could be
changed.
a killer,
Right? Yeah, and
right.
I think the biggest thing for me was when we got signed to our booking agency. That's when it's really changed. And I want to say like the beginning of this year, we've got more like festival dates that we're just getting dates that I never would have dreamed about. So
I don't know if y'all see it, but it's happening. I don't know.
Yeah,
and we
like a minute ago.
we talk about this with other artists a couple of times, and usually we find out. I mean, y'all were in it, right? And we get the opportunity to kind of be in it and step out of it. And I don't know if y'all realize it or not.
I'm not gonna lie, you just like made me
But
really
y'all
emotional saying
y'all
that.
are,
No, you are.
y'all
No.
Listen, and there's another one.
That's why
I
you're
like
here
to,
this morning, because
there's another one I like to tell about. You know that we seen happening, and it was happening. You know, we was there. When he I think when he blew up, it was LJT 2017, and we was there watching that happen. But we was also there, you know, 2 years before that, 3 years before that, whenever his little goofy butt was just struggling wherever, right?
Right.
I caught him when he opened for
just,
Sam Riggs, and there were 10 people deep for the opener in 110 degree heat. I'm like, what's this going to be
then
about?
they left, and whenever he was done, we seen that happening.
Yeah.
We can tell you when that was happening, and we're seeing that with you guys. Just so you know, it's happening. Y'all are a couple of big festival plays away.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's going to be really unique. I believe that it's going to be unique because, like we said, we try to stay away from the female male artist thing because you know Melissa said a while ago at break, you rock your ass off on stage and you do it in a way that other people really don't see, and it's very unique. I think it's just good.
Thank you.
It looks like you got a full package of it because everybody's in it.
Yeah.
And,
that's one thing that I love my band for so much is that they don't have to be here. They
Sure.
really don't, but they also love it. And that's something that I have learned. He said this yesterday, I've been on a very long personal journey for a long time. And a lot of things have just like happened in my life in the last year that I have grown from so much, and different band members coming out, I have had to accept the fact that like they don't have to be here. They want to be here. It might be my dream, but it's theirs too.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
it's
get to share that
cool.
with them. Yeah.
And that's really cool that y'all find that level of gratitude with each other. You know, and that just explains so much.
Who's the biggest diva in the band?
Yeah, who's that?
This is definitely me.
Okay, well, I didn't want
Very fitting. Good.
good.
That
That's
makes
the way it
you
should
feel a
be.
little bit better.
To be, everybody can have their moments.
Yeah.
and everything.
Everybody has their quirks,
Everybody
for
can
sure.
have their moments, but
But when I'm
Something
laying in the back bench of we ride around in a Tahoe, in a 2002 Chevy Tahoe.
her name's Tammy.
Yeah. And she is bright red.
Yes.
So yeah, when I'm laying in the back seat of the bench in the back of the Tahoe, and my feet are touching the ceiling in it, I said, I'm bored. I'm bored. I was like, let's play a game. I don't know. I'm pretty Iron Man.
I'm pretty, yeah, it was a couple weekends ago. We're going from Lubbock to Selma. We literally played I Spy.
Yeah.
It was an 8-hour drive. What are
In
you
West
supposed to do in that
Texas,
time?
so there's nothing to spy.
I see something brown.
Yeah, I don't see trees.
I was like, wow, I feel like I'm 5 years old again on a road trip with my family, but like, what else are you supposed to do in 8 hours? Like,
See, all of
I've
that
been on
comes,
that
all
trip.
of that comes through, and I think that's the reason you see kind of some of the responses you get from the fans. We was talking about was giving the guys a hard time because apparently how they were behaving last night, and it wasn't lewd, it wasn't anything really inappropriate, maybe a little bit annoying. But nothing really. Listen,
Can we talk green shirt
Let's talk
guy?
about green
I was
shirt
gonna say,
guy.
I feel like the segues.
So
Yeah, we got
I'm gonna tell you, green shirt guy. He came up to. So you're in between merch right now.
yeah.
You have merch coming. Let's be clear. She has merch coming, y'all. Okay. She's got merch. It's old merch. It's a rebranding. And she's in just. Damn, give her a minute, okay?
Give me a minute.
Come on, y'all. Listen.
I feel there's drama coming.
So
Usually.
you didn't have any last night, and I know you don't want it to be that way, and
It's an impromptu show, too, so.
It happens, right?
Fuck
And
them
so,
fish.
we're at the gate, and green shirt guy walks up and he goes, hey, that girl that was up there before that was opening up, hey, she played, what was the song? Do you remember the song? Oh, it was something. And whenever you played it, you flipped his lid.
I hope you're happy.
No, it was something other, Dynamic Pyramid. something.
Misery Business by Paramore?
Was that
we
it?
did
Yeah,
cover that
yeah.
last night.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when you
Okay.
played that,
Wow.
you flipped his world upside down.
Goals.
And
yeah, right.
he didn't give a damn about nothing else going on. He wanted to support you.
What a
He
great
wanted
cover for you, by the way. I haven't heard it, but man, now that you said that, I'm like, wow, that would have been an awesome song.
We just started it.
Yeah.
he wanted a
weeks ago.
shirt. Well, we pointed him to the merch area because
Yeah.
we have at the backyard, we have a designated merch area.
Very
Because we're
appreciative.
thinking about
Right
you as
over
the artist.
there.
It's right over there. It's the blue thing because we do care about the artist and we need you to know that. Anyway, I digress.
Plug.
My shameless plug. I love y'all. And he said, and so he goes over there and he comes back and goes, hey, that girl that was up there. Well,
Same thing.
yeah. I said, she not anything over there? And man, they said no.
Yeah.
I said, they said they got this other guy that's fishing to play. They got all his stuff over
This
there.
other guy that's fixing
Other
to play.
guys.
I don't know where I am
Some
right
other
now.
person. Listen, he was intent about it, and I said, "Come on, I'll go with you." Listen, I don't get involved in these things.
You did though.
I did. I never.
that's your own
I
wrongdoing.
never engage with the guest.
Yeah.
It works better that way.
Yeah.
And that's. But I did because it was important to me that
I think
he
there
be
was a
taken.
couple people involved with that guy last night
Oh
from what I
my
hear.
gosh! So we went over there and they said no. So we went over to the fence and I found Carly. Carly, I'm so sorry. And I said, and I
I've
asked
told
her,
her that ever since I've met
and
her.
I said, she got some merch. She goes, not new. I think she's got some in the trailer that she's wanting to get rid of. I said, can we help Green Shirt Guy with that? Well, we don't know. The problem with that is, because, and this is Carly, but we don't know where she's at.
Oh no.
Okay, can I
I probably didn't know where I was
can I sidebar that?
Please.
That is
On brand.
Holly Beth to the T of like she's either around and it's kind of like
I was probably in the middle of the crowd at that point.
It's either like
I've seen
dog,
you a
it's
couple
like-
of times out there having a good time.
It's either an animal that has like the zoomies and
like you got-
kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
all around, or where's Holly? I don't know.
She's
I have
networking.
to share my location with my
You're
band
networking. Oh,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm networking.
You are
Yes.
networking. You
Yes.
understand?
Okay, you have to.
Perception.
Yes.
We have a very something that I'll tell you guys later, but an inside joke for the band of networking. But yes, I'm networking.
Yes,
That's
she's
what I do.
networking.
Networking.
So I don't know. A green shirt guy says, "Well, where should I wait? Over here?" I understood when they said we don't know where she is. That it's going to be a minute. She'll show back up.
Yeah, she'll turn up.
We know that.
Usually do.
Usually.
But
The band usually sticks around, and I've
we don't
seen
want
some
to
of
tell
you
you
guys.
where she is.
We
if
don't
we knew.
know, and I understand these things, and I'm not going to have this guy. I said, listen, man, I said, let's go back to your seat and enjoy the rest of the show. Tell me where you are. I'll come find you.
He's got that
No,
drunk
no,
mentality.
no, no.
He needs it right
oh,
then.
my
Yeah.
Lord. I'll send, so listen, come with me. And he looks at the crowd. Listen, I'd never do these things. I brought him around through the stage. I asked, I said, security guy, can I take him around back to his seat? I'm trying to help him. Okay. And I brought him around. He thought he was a rock star at this moment. I met his girl, had to explain because it was for his girl. And I'm thinking, I can't send this kid back empty-handed, right? And
Poor guy. I feel so.
so I go back, meet his girl and everything. They're like, oh, thank you. I said, listen, you just hang out here. When I find her, we get it all worked out. He found me 4 times in the next 20 minutes between both side stages asking.
Lord.
He had sent message to one of the security guys, hey, if you see him, can you give him a message? And he
This poor guy.
and he was asking Carly, hey, did she show back up? And I don't know, Carly, I'm so sorry. And then he was just standing there one time, and finally I said, man, you got to
Let
go
it
back
go.
to your seat. You got to relax. You need to
Hold
go
on to
enjoy
the
the
feeling.
show. Well, I don't mind waiting. I understand you don't mind waiting, but I mind you waiting because you have paid for a ticket and you were obsessing over this shirt. And I said, and it's getting a little, So, come on, let's just go back. I'll find you.
Yeah.
She shows back up. Well,
You found me. I was there.
she was
I was
there.
not
She
here.
absolutely was there, and,
I was
and we found her. And I think I'd even said, "Hey, we found her. She needs a minute. She's still unwinding from her set. Okay,
Something
you
like
got
that.
to give
Actually,
her a
I think
minute."
I was probably winding up at that point.
You were winding back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, all this to try to give some insight is to the functioning artist's brain after a show, and you're wanting anything from
And-
them because you're still on a high.
Adrenaline is the best drug in the world.
Crazy. And it's
Yeah.
and it's. I want it to be clear. Green shirt guy.
Find me later. I
Nobody.
promise you I will give you a t-shirt. I'm so sorry. He never got the shirt.
Yeah, pretty sure you didn't.
Oh,
Green,
man,
man.
what a
green
horrible
shirt guy.
story this
Listen,
turned
I
into.
know. I'm
green
so
shirt
sorry.
guy, reach out to us. If you see this, reach out to
I'll,
us.
I'll personally pay for
we
a shirt.
we,
No,
we
I'll
will
give
take
you
care
one.
of you.
Multiple.
Holly is going to get you whenever the new merch comes out. It's
All
got
of it.
you've got a merch package.
Also, you have tickets with y'all's name on it. You and your girl. Just send them a message or me a message.
We will
or
get
whoever.
you.
Aw.
I think I've
you.
got a picture of you
He
somewhere.
doesn't
So
even remember who you were, though, now.
well, we don't know. Hey, look, we're trying to make some things right because it was a crazy night, and there was no harms intended whatsoever. And I
It would
wanted
have
to
been
be
such a
clear.
better story if he had a shirt to take home.
I know.
But,
I
you
feel
know,
really bad.
Well, listen, in lieu of her
That's
merch
me.
pack, we're going to give him a merch pack as well.
So we just titled the name of this episode as Green Shirt.
Green
The
Guy.
green shirt guy,
Yeah, the
yeah.
green shirt guy.
But you know, green shirt guy is an amazing example of how you've changed lives, and I think that's what the whole moral of this is Holly Beth will change your life if you will go listen to her.
I'll just change your life. Period. Come on.
So
No,
we're going to wrap this thing up. Looks like Baylor basketball's about to get going.
Hold on. We're going to talk about the album just a little bit, about songs
Oh.
and stuff. It's
Well, you
already
better-
going. It's 14-8.
Oh, is it?
Baylor's losing.
Hold on,
We'll wrap it up.
It's only a couple people.
We'll wrap
Is
it up.
there people killing us right now for it?
Yeah. That's why I'm standing over here. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, Rex.
I was waiting to see. Okay.
Okay, so we got Rex, manager at the backyard.
We're
getting
wrapping
us
up.
to
We got
hurry this
Baylor
shit up.
basketball. Did Baylor even have a good team this year? I
It
don't even
don't
know.
matter. Come
Okay.
on with it, man.
Holly, thank you for coming.
No, thank you. It's so
This was great. Thank y'all guys for.
We'll do it again.
great.
We'll
We
talk
appreciate
about
it.
that stuff.
You get the
Listen,
album.
you're a
You'll
fun
get the
guest.
album out. We'll talk more about the specific songs on the album when that
Yeah,
comes
because
out.
Steve wants to
Yes,
dive
no,
deep into
for
that.
sure. I will,
I'm singer-songwriter stuff. I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I just want to rock my ass off on the stage with you, baby. That's it. That's it right there.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm Steve. This is Tim. This is Holly. This is the band.
the
band.
band is
Part of it.
yeah, part of it.
yeah, that right.
Melissa
Bye.
in the back. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Backyard.
Thank you.
All right, we're signing off for Baylor basketball for Backyard, but we'll see
No,
y'all
it's
soon.
not for Baylor basketball. We're signing anyway. Bye.
Bye.
It was
Good.